friends and students. Let's study the song Dumdare Dumdare. Okay, so this piece is in the meter of 4/4. We're counting to 4. Key of C. Alright, the key is C major. Let's first look at the chords. We're going to use mostly power chords. So the first chord would be C5. Then we're going to need an F5, a G5, an A5. If you're playing more later into the song, or yeah, we'll do this, the E minor. It's a full E minor. And a little bit later we're going to use a D minor. Okay. So that takes care of the chords. Now let's look at the first chord progression and strum pattern. Okay, this is a 2-measure pattern, and this is at the very beginning of the song when the singing first starts. Dumdare rest, dumdare. Okay, so we have this C5 chord on beat 1, but you will play it 2 times, one end. Okay, then on beat 2 we are resting. Then on beat 3 play the C5 2 more times. So 3, 4, 1, rest, 3, rest. That takes care of measure 1. Now we're going to have to move our hand down to this F5 to begin measure 2. On beat 1, let's play the F5 2 times. Same rhythm as we used in measure 1. So F5, that's on beat 1. Beat 2 is resting, but then on beat 3, we move up to the G5. Play it 2 times. And that takes care of measure 2, which gives us the 2-measure pattern that's repeated basically till the lead singer comes in. So during the whole Dumdare, Dumdare, this is the chord progression. Okay, let's see, you'll play it 1, 2, 3, 4 times in a row on the version that I listen to anyways. Okay, so let me demonstrate in slow motion, counting to 4. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now when the lead singer comes in, right, okay, the chord progression changes only slightly. So it begins the same, C, rest, A, G, G. So notice when the singer comes in, the chord progression changes, and you substitute the A chord in the place of where we were playing an F chord previously. So you do that 2 times in a row. The new chord progression, which begins in measure 9 if you look at the sheet music. So let me do it 2 times in a row. Now notice what happens when we get to that last chord G. We're going to hang out on it for an extra measure and then switch to the E minor on beat 4. So this is the sort of rhythmically tricky or cool part of the song, so I want to demonstrate this. And we will do the chord progression where the singer enters, the lead singer, 2 times in a row. When you get to the G chord, you'll notice I hold it out for an extra measure, but then on beat 4 of that measure, you switch to an E minor chord. Okay, so let's try that. And remember, you can look at the sheet music to review this also. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so what you're supposed to notice there is that you hold the G chord for an extra measure, but then very specifically you play the E minor on beat 4 of that extra measure. Okay, and that should get you through to the next section. Now that's where they're going to go over to the D minor chord. You might choose to play a D5 instead. Okay, and you can learn, of course, that by looking at the sheet music, right? So that demonstrates how to play the chord progression for the first two sections of the song. Let's do one other thing just for fun, because this is a fairly easy one and it might be a good one to start to learn this way on. We're going to play the melody of the singer, which is on dum da de rest, dum da de rest, dum da da dum da ge dum de. Okay, so let's learn this. Well, we're going to play it in, let's say, this first position in the key of C. Now the highest note I am noticing in this section is D. So that's the highest note. The lowest note is way down here on this C. But he only dips down there for just a second, okay? So the real main activity is going to be here on the second string with the notes B, C, and D. And there's that one dip you'll notice down to this low C. So that's interesting. We have, let's say, a high C and a lower C on guitar. We could refer to it this way for now. Okay. So these three notes, B, C, D, are going to help us perform the melody, and the low C over here on the fifth string. B, C, and D is on our second string. So on beat 1, we're going to play C, C, C. Beat 3, we're going to play C, C, C. That takes care of measure 1. So it sounds like this: 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we're in measure 2, and we're going to play on beat 1 the same figure, 1. Then on beat 2 we play again. Then on beat 3, C, D. Okay, so let me put together just measure 2. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now putting together measure 1 and 2. Okay, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now moving to measure 3. This is going to be a 4 measure figure that we learn. Okay, measure 3 begins that same way, dum da de, but here is where we're going to dip down to that low C note, dum da de dum. Okay, that's measure 3. Now on beat 3 of measure 3 we come back to the C, C, C. Okay, so just measure 3 by itself, 3, 4, C, 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 C. Okay, now we're almost done. Measure 4. Beat 1 is a rest. 1. So notice you're playing after beat 1, you're playing the C note twice. Before beat 2, but after beat 1. So I'm counting like this: 3, 4, 1. Okay, on beat 2, let's play the open B twice. And then to finish, back to C. So this is measure 4 in slow motion. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now I'm going to put together measure 1, 2, 3, and 4, the melody in slow motion. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Off. Okay? So we have studied the beginning chord progression of this song, including the part where the lead singer comes in, and we have studied the melody of, let us say, the background singers or the intro melody. Two separate things: the chord progression and the melody. Okay, and of course, as usual, if you want to learn more, look at the tablature and sheet music. I've got a piano arrangement in this video that goes further into the song. And with these tools, you should have what you need to study well and have fun.